We're here today to see if you can beat Fallout New Vegas as Sergeant Elvis Presley. We're going to be using any military armors pre or post-war and any weapons Elvis owned in life or used in the military. Starting off with the Browning High Power, this one here he gave to a sheriff as a gift. At this point we've dropped everything that was given to us by the DLC. We head out of Good Springs by way of the Anchorage Memorial so that we can hit up Prim, while also passing by the powder gangers. Instead of just coming straight up on the skydiving place, it's an easier trip this way. The animations that I'm using for this run, just to spice things up, are Hitman's animations. We hit up Prim, go into the sheriff's house there, get his rifle, put on some grunt clothes here, military-esque. We also picked up a Colt single action, which Elvis was known to have a gold one. He also loved himself some lever guns. Also played in quite a few westerns. We put it to good use taking the powder gangers out outside the hotel. Inside we switch back to the 9mm pistol just because we can get off more shots. Since we have low endurance here, it's going to come in handy. Don't have a high enough lockpick skill to pick this lock to get lucky. Head in, start taking out the convicts. Not too much of a problem. I don't know why they always seem to switch away from the flamethrower right there. Last few runs, it's always been the same way. Finish taking them out. Go back and tell Nash that Beagle died. So I head over to the NCR to talk to them. Also pick up a set of NCR armor. A couple of sets of them. There's usually no one ever in that tent, so it's easy enough to pick up. Any armor pre or post-war will work for us. Right now we're using NCR armor. Take out these jackals. Head to the outpost, talk to Knight. Have a high enough charisma because, gotta say, Elvis was charismatic. To convince them just to take over Prim. No need to do any back and forth. That's taken care of. Take the mission from Ranger Jackson to kill the ants. Ants are always a good source of experience in this game. Easy enough to deal with. Head back, tell him about it. Don't collect the reward. I don't know if that gives you any higher relationship with the NCR or not, but don't really need the items that he has, so. Head back to Prim, tell them they're all staffed up. They can now take over the town. Gotta love them taxes. I decided to go over to the jail to deal with them. And this is where I noticed, since I think it's because my endurance is so low, that I get knocked out of animations. I get knocked out of VATS, and I get knocked out of shooting animations, and even stalled from shooting. I don't know if it's because I'm staggered or what, but it's a reoccurring theme in this. But this is... You ever want to play it on an entirely different level than normal, go with an endurance of like 2. So what I got to do is I got to head in, I've got to draw them out, take them out with me, then deal with them, then head in further, draw more out, deal with them. It's an interesting way to play. I never liked the lunge attacks. Knocked out of VATS again. Now, with the NCR armor, I can take a lot of damage. It's just I get staggered and crippled within seconds. Scrambler. The automatic weapons are the bane of this run, though. At least for the first, like, 3/4 of it, anyway. Yep, staggered out of the shooting animation. Can even get hit out of the reload animations too, which is annoying. Most concerning of all is the activation prompt. You can get knocked out of that too. None of these things I knew beforehand, so every run seems to just teach me something else about this fun game. Knocked out of VATS again. At this point, I just stop aiming, just aim center mass, shooting from the hip. Usually take out most of them that way. Used pretty much all of my stim packs at this point doing this. I didn't need to do this either. It's just... Figured Elvis always wanted to be a sheriff. I figured he'd go and put down a prison rebellion like this. Get up enough levels, head back to the Bison Steve to get the new, well, to get lucky. Always liked the look of this gun. Always figured it should have shot just a little faster, but... Good looking gun. There it is. Good looking gun. Take out Swanik. Take my time taking out the Legion before What's-His-Face comes out. Because he only comes out if you get close enough to it. Most of them just seem to have had machetes. Here I am knocked out of a reload animation. I don't know if that's because of the mod or something that can happen in-game. Never really used a single action too often. Low rate of fire. Long reload time. Kill Vulpes there. Head back to the outpost to tell Ghost about it. Didn't take her mission beforehand. So. Gives us a little more experience and I think some more reputation with the NCR. Gonna need to be able to get to that, I think he's a requisitions officer in the dam. Sells a lot of ammo. Blow up a Legion officer, initiate, whatever, soldier. By shooting the dynamite in his hand, take out the rest, not too hard. Pick up the 44 Magnum, which this is one from Elvis's personal collection here. Good looking gun, good looking gun. Took out the Lonesome Drifter. I always want to say Mysterious Stranger. Don't really need to do that, but I want his gun and guitar, so why not? That and with that gun and the animation for taking it out and putting it away is just amazing. Been watching Hitman make his animations for years now, and they're great. Talk to this arms merchant, and this is where we're able to get our first long gun. There's the battle rifle here, which is an M1 Garand. Elvis used one of those when he was enlisted in the army. Actually got a marksman commendation for using it. Same with the 1911. Take out the Fiends without too much of a problem. Love that slick reload for it. Taking out these Fiends here. No problem. Go talk to the Major to get some kill contracts, marks, assassinations, whatever you want to call them. Bounties. There we go. Call them bounties. No idea why this Fiend did this when I shot him. Like, if his leg exploded, I could figure, you know, maybe the force of that would have done that, but I don't know. Physics is weird in this game. Love the nice little touch of Garand Thumb. That's beautiful. Only time I ever saw it happen in this run, though. Take out the Fiends. Accidentally explode Neffy. And the guy with the golf club there. Turn in all the bounties, get some more NCR reputation, and some caps.
Did he always smell like this, even before he was dead? The Fiends let this guy touch their food?
Never actually listened to the things he had to say about them. It's kind of funny.
Glad to know he's dead. That's supposed to be driver Neffy? Well, the head's in really bad shape, so I can't...
I've always thought with these bounties, since you have to turn in their heads, that you shouldn't be able to, like, bloody mess them or explode them like that. Like, a headshot would be understandable, but beyond that, I don't know. Picked up a lever-action shotgun. Well, not something specifically owned by Elvis, I do believe. It's something that we're going to need, and it fits the aesthetic and style of something he would use and own. Decided to take out the Kings because why not? Get destroyed by Rex. Second time go in, use some pulse slugs on him. Again, getting knocked out of the shooting animation is just strange. I think it's because my endurance is low. It's only like 2. Put the King's head on the desk because why not? Head to the tops to kill Benny. Try to take out the chairman, but I get staggered out of doing anything and die in vats. Didn't know you could die in vats. Apparently you can. So I do the old song and dance here. Go in, kill a couple, run out. Apparently their AI doesn't let them run outside of the casino, which would make sense. Go in, kill a couple, jump back out, circle around, jump back in, kill a couple more, jump back out, circle around, heal up, load up, go back in. It's interesting, to say the least. Loot everyone, get all their stuff. Benny comes down, take him out. Almost get killed there at the last second. Head back out, heal back up, load back up, head back in, take out the last 2 guys. Get the platinum chip, Benny suit, and Maria. Which Maria seems to have been based off of the Browning high power that Elvis gave to a sheriff at one point in time. There's even retextures of Maria to be that gun, which is just amazing. Take out House. I know what you're thinking. Done a couple of Yes Man runs here in a row. We're not doing another Yes Man run. I just like killing Benny and House. Had to talk to the ambassador here.
I'm sure you've noticed that things are a little tense around here with all the issues between...
Had to go talk to the boomers. Figure I'll leave in the entire run to the boomers here. See people like dipping in and out of houses and stuff whenever they do these runs. And this way here has never failed me. Stick close to the ridge here. Run down through. Keep yourself healed up. You're going to cripple some limbs. But after right here, the ridge, right here, they stop shooting at you. So you're good. It's all of like 20 seconds. You're in. No problem. Talk to Pearl. Give their people assistance here. Kill the ants. Start up the power. Kill some more ants. Easy enough to do. At this point, I figured before heading back to Raquel to tell her about it, that I'd head to Helios 1. 1, to pick up the extra solar panel parts. And 2, to do the mission here. That way I could send power to the Strip and to Camp McCarran. Get more reputation with the NCR. Mr. Fantastic here. For as dumb as he is honest. Salvage the solar panels, even though I'm pretty sure at the actual Helios array it's not solar panels. I think they're giant mirrors that reflect the sun to the tower. Put the pulse slugs I got in the shotgun to good use. Ran out of them real quick, so put some of the other guns to use here. They got all the robots. They seem to cripple me in one hit. I think by this point my armor is broken. Activate the array there. It's all good. Take in the site for a second. Head back to Fantastic, tell him about it. He rambles on about he's the one that did it and everyone's going to love him for it. And yeah, I actually run into him later on in the Hoover Dam, but reputation does go up with the NCR for doing this, and he's just an idiot, but I don't know, a useful idiot, I guess. Fix up the solar panels at the Boomer's base. Nellis, I think. Talk to Raquel, tell her the answer dead.
Maybe Pearl is right about you, because I don't know how you pulled that off.
You're the outsider.
Talk to the kid, listen to their story, ask him some questions about it.
Now that you know the story of our
Talk to Loyal, tell him the solar panels and stuff are fixed. That's enough there. I don't need to try and go save the people in the med bay or anything like that. Go talk to Pearl, then come back to Loyal. And then we have to go raise the bomber. I don't know if endurance matters with oxygen in this game when swimming. But, yeah, I run out of oxygen way there. I also noticed the plane doesn't come up where you put the ballast on it. It comes off, like, to the, I want to say south. Talk to Loyal, talk to Pearl. She's happy with it, he's happy with it, everyone's happy. She says she'll help us when the time comes for the Battle of the Hoover Dam. Which, it's cool seeing the plane and stuff fly through there, but I don't really know what it changes. Go back to the ambassador, tell him that everything's all good with them. He wants us to deal with Pacer in an inconspicuous way. I already killed all the kings, so he's kind of annoyed with that. Send us over to the dam to talk to Moore. Yeah, don't ever really remember talking to that one. Decide, hey, it's only going to get harder from here. Might as well get some better equipment, and that can only be found in Honest Hearts, so that's where we're going. Great DLC, probably my favorite DLC out of all of them. And it's short too. It's a short and sweet DLC here. Everyone gets exploded and or shot. Sad that. We loot everything we can that's usable off of them. This is where we also pick up the first gun that we're going to need here. 45 SMG, a Thompson. Elvis was known to have and use one of these on more than one occasion. It's being able to output that much damage that quickly is amazing. Go talk to Joshua Graham here. Get our quest. Talk him into selling us some things here, which is where we pick up the second gun of our run, which we replace Lucky with, which is the 45. Here's a picture of the one that Elvis gave to Nixon, of all people. Because I guess he wanted a badge from the FBI or something. Strange, but interesting. Collect up all the items we need. The compass, the walkie-talkies. I get pushed off a cliff by a gecko and die, which is kind of funny. The lunch boxes. The medical equipment. Go talk to Daniel, give him all the stuff. He sends us to go get a map of the staircase. Joshua stops us, talks to us about it. I go to get something that we desperately need. Desert Ranger combat armor. This is Randall's armor, the survivalist, father in the cave, whatever you want to call him. He was a pre-war army veteran that was either on leave or discharged from the army when the bombs fell. So, army issue armor, we're wearing it because, quite frankly, I don't see being able to beat this thing in just the NCR armor with our endurance being this low. Talk to Daniel. We decide we're going to fight because, quite frankly, running away from them just means they're going to chase you again because they already chased you to there. So, deal with them. Talk to Joshua again. And yes, Daniel does not approve, but hey, not much that can be done in this weird post-apocalyptic world. Salt upon wounds. Listening to that man talk is amazing. Here we are at the end of the DLC.
You took advantage of us in New Canaan to drive us out. And like the dogs of Caesar you are, you followed us to Zion. And now you stand on holy ground.
Trying for the good ending for the DLC here with Joshua. I think it's the best ending that you can get to. For Honest Hearts, quite frankly, one of the better endings out of all of the games anyway. Pretty much explains that they've been chasing them this entire time, so if they even leave, they're still going to get chased down by them.
All white legs. You talk. You stop.
Don't listen to this thing. His cries are those of a mad beast caught in a thicket. He gave no mercy to
Now, this is like one of the few extremely high speech checks in the game. I'm just going to let him talk here.
debt to pay for what he's done. I've come to collect. And so he's chosen to cower in the water like a dumb animal. I want to take from them what they took from me, from my family. In this life, I want them to suffer. I want all of them to die in fear and pain. I want to have my revenge against him, against Caesar. I want to call it my own, to make my anger God's anger, to justify the things I've done. Sometimes I tell myself that these wildfires never stop burning, but I'm the one who starts them. Not God, not them. I can always see it in my mind, the warmth and the heat. It will always be a part of me. But not today. Go. Get out of here. Go back. Back to the Great Salt Lake. That's it. It's finished. Thank you for staying with me. I couldn't have done this on my own. Let's go find Daniel. Tomorrow we'll be here soon. And there is much to do.
Seeing the courier convinced Joshua Graham to spare salt upon wounds, the Sorrows learned that retribution could be tempered by mercy. Though he despaired at the Sorrows' loss of innocence, Daniel took some small consolation in the courier's lesson, and prayed it would take root.
The threat of the Whitelegs ended. Joshua Graham helped the Sorrows and dead horses tend to their fallen comrades and secure Zion. The courier's words had stayed Joshua's wrath in his darkest hour, and in sparing salt upon wounds, he was changed. While he continued to advocate militant opposition to the enemies of New Canaan, he sometimes showed quarter to those who crossed his family. Eventually, this new spirit would diminish the myth of the burned man in distant lands. A small price for the peace it brought to Joshua Graham.
Like I said, he's just an amazing character. I think that's the best endings for both him and the tribes there. And while they do squabble amongst themselves for a while, it's just great. Played around with maybe doing a cowboy Elvis one at some point. As a slick animation for that gun. It's amazing. And right out of nowhere, Caesar's Legion assassins show up. Put the gun to good use. Dealing with them. But Hitman's animations, especially with the new package he has together there, amazing. You'll notice I'm wearing a cowboy hat there. Like I said, Elvis was known to play in westerns, so I figured it fits. I do switch to the helmet later on, but for right now, sunglasses and a cowboy hat, along with Randall's armor. Go talk to the cons. Convince Papa Khan here just to leave. You get the book from the Foot Locker that Carl, fun name, is staying in. Give it to him. He'll have him killed on the spot. And then you can convince all of his lieutenants or trusted advisors or whatever. Head back, give her the update on the cons not being a problem anymore.
Good riddance.
And she sends us out on a very fun mission next.
Discovered that high-ranking members of the Omertas have been having clandestine meetings for the past several months.
The Omertas, which, let's face it, I'm not going to talk to or run a mission for. I just kind of run in and shoot everybody. Easy enough way to deal with them.
Have you discovered what the Omertas...
Head back and tell her that they were planning to attack New Reno.
I wouldn't dismiss it that lightly, but it's nothing we need to...
She doesn't want to dismiss it so lightly, but, you know, other shit to worry about right now. Now we have the mission with Brotherhood, well, to deal with the Brotherhood of Steel.
And once you do, finish them for good.
Always fun. So I go in, I decide, hey, my pulse slug should be able to do quite a bit of damage to him. No. No, not at all. Start shooting them before we get into dialogue. They're Gauss rifles, however you want to pronounce it. While damaging our armor is on par with the power armor they wear, which is good. Take them out. Decide, fuck it, just going to use the Thompson here, which I picked up the modifications for. You can destroy and shred through power armor with this, which is amazing. The only problem I really run into are these turrets. I don't know why they have so much health. Head in, take everyone out. By this point, I stopped by the requisitions officer in the dam. Pick up a bunch of ammo. Figured basic 45 ammo for the Thompson here. The more sophisticated ammo for a light shining in the darkness. And if need be, I could always switch over to it with the Thompson. Take everyone out. Easier using the fucking submachine gun than it is using a pulse slug through a gun, through a shotgun, but whatever. Set the place to self-destruct since I got all the stuff. Also picked up a couple sets of power armor and fixed them up so that I can sell those off and get even more ammo. So Brotherhood dealt with now.
Has the Brotherhood been found?
Head back to the Colonel.
Oh, that's a relief.
Tell the Brotherhood ain't going to be a problem anymore.
Be catastrophic.
I've heard of you. I'm glad you're here.
Now we have to go and make sure the President don't get shot or blown up. Easy enough to do.
We've got a lot to do to prepare for the President's visit and not much time. Once we start, we'll be on a strict timetable. Are you ready?
Pickpocket the detonator off this guy. Even though he could see me and I was detected, I was still able to take it. Whatever. Once the President starts speaking, come over here, shoot this sniper. Head back down, let his speech finish, let him walk away, tell the ranger guy about it. They go and they shoot the engineer that tried to blow the plane up. Helicopter, vertibird, whatever. VTOL. Closer to what they are.
The President's safe.
Tell the Colonel the President's not dead.
Death could have had a major...
And that kicks off the ending of the game here.
From the start, and I, for one, am glad it's over. While you were out, General Oliver arrived and briefed all senior
General
officers
Oliver.
on our strategy. I'm not at liberty to divulge what was said, but I've been instructed to send you to him immediately. He set up his
Get him
camp
immediately.
at the south end of his power plant. Dismissed.
Kicks off the end of the game. We're in a great position here. This guy randomly runs out in front of me and gets shot. This gun shreds through the Legion, which is just amazing. Stops him from fucking stunning me. Even with this armor, it's still somewhat of a problem, but with this gun and the armor, we're good. Easy enough to just fucking spray and pray with it. Not too much of a problem anywhere. Head outside, decide to put all my guns to use here. Use Maria. The light shining in the darkness. Battle rifle. Come the boomers. They're plane. Still have no idea how they're able to actually get that thing fixed and flying. Mysterious Magnum. Someone kill steal me right there. Head on into the camp. Put the battle rifle to use some more. Break back out the SMG because it, with how fast these guys come at you, it just works. Decide this time I'm going to talk the Leggett down after he's done killing a couple of Rangers. Easy enough to do. By this point in time, I've maxed out my speech skill, which Elvis was a charismatic man in life, so makes sense. Start skipping through it. Speech skill, easy enough. Highest speech check in the game, which is pretty cool. Convince him to not attack, but instead look eastward to, I guess, bolster their army. Solidify their lands, consolidate everything so that they could better attack the NCR. Just seems kind of stupid. Whatever. Not to mention the attack has already started, so I don't... Again, at this point here, Caesar is also still alive because I never even went to Cottonwood Cove. So I don't think he's going to just turn around and run away. I have no idea. Figure the game thought by this point you would have dealt with Caesar. Yep. Easy enough to deal with when you got high enough speech. Decide that wasn't fun enough, so might as well try just fighting him. And this gun here is no joke. I'm using plus P ammo at this point, and it just shreds him. Almost able to kill him. If I would have hit almost everyone, he would have been dead. So he runs off. Just kind of spraying around, dealing with whatever. Reload. Him and his grenades. Never understand that. Take him out. Take his guards out. Take the chainsaw wielding weirdos out. And the guys with the assault carbines. Those are the most annoying ones in this entire game. This SMG put in work though. Also started having malfunctions with it, which is annoying, but it's at the end, so it's fine. Can't get a good shot on him. Decide to loot the Leggett. Take the Blade of the East and his helmet. I thought his face was supposed to be like disfigured beyond repair, but I guess not. And yeah, I guess that answers the question. Yes, you can beat the game as Sergeant Elvis Presley. This was fun. I enjoyed it. It was different. Annoying at parts, but fun.